Today on Crypto Win Rate, we're doing a beginner-friendly spot trading tutorial on Coinw. I'll walk you through the basics step by step so you can feel more confident buying and selling crypto on Coinw's spot market. If you want to receive a welcome bonus, I recommend you create a Coinw account with the link in the description. New users registering with our link will be eligible to receive these exclusive welcome bonuses. To start the tutorial, the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have deposited our crypto funds into the right wallet. So we're going to head up to wallets on the top and click on asset overview. Scrolling down a little bit, we can see I have 200 USDT. We want to check what account it's in. We can see that it's in the funding account. We want the 200 USDT in our spot account. So what we're going to do is click on transfer. We're going to transfer from our funding account to our spot account, and we are going to transfer the full amount and click confirm. We can now see that our 200 USDT is in our spot account. If you aren't sure how to deposit crypto into Coinw, we have previously made a video on this, so I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in this video's description. Next, before we make any trades, we want to understand the trading fees on Coinw, so we're going to head back to the main page by clicking in the top left corner. And we are going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And under About Us, we can see fee rate. Under spot fees, we can see that the base fee for both maker and takers is 0.1%. Exchanges usually charge two types of trading fees, maker fees and taker fees. Maker fees apply when you place a limit order, while taker fees apply when you execute a market order. Now let's head to the spot dashboard on Coinw. So under trade, we're going to go to the spot market. The first thing we want to do inside this spot trading UI is check out our layout settings. So we're going to head to the top right and click on settings. And then we can see there are 4 different layout options. Right now we are in Pro right. We have advanced left, advanced right, and classic. There's no right or wrong answer here. It really just depends on what layout you are most comfortable with. On Coinw, we also have the option to customize our dashboard. We can see in the corner of all the different sections, there are these 6 little dots. If we click on this, it will let us move things around. So we can really just kind of decide what we want and customize our dashboard. So that's pretty cool. We can see now though, it's a bit of a mess. So if we wanted to just go back to the default layout, we can just click on Reset Default Layout. Clicking this will bring the UI back to whatever default layout you have chosen. So we're still on Classic, but for this tutorial, we're going to keep it on Pro Right, as this was the default option to start with. Now that we've figured out our layout options for the UI, the next thing we're going to do is choose our token that we want to trade. In the top left of the UI is where we can do this. For this tutorial, we are going to trade Bitcoin, but Coinw has many other tokens available. You can browse mainstream tokens, new listed tokens, or other categories like meme tokens, DeFi tokens, or whatever you are looking for. For beginners, I recommend starting with larger, more liquid coins like BTC or ETH before moving into smaller or newer tokens, because they usually have more trading volume and are easier to buy and sell. So again, as I said, we're going to stick with Bitcoin. Just to the right of where we can choose our token, we have this tab here that says Coin Introduction. If you click on this, it will take you to another page. This is where you can get some info about Bitcoin. You can look at the chart, you can see its price, some market information, and you could see an introduction to the token. If you wanted more of a summary, you can click expand and it will give you more information about Bitcoin. So that is something interesting, especially if you are a beginner. So we're going to go back to spot and we are going to quickly go over the trading view chart. The chart is where we can look at price action and get a better idea of what the market is doing. The first thing we can do is adjust the time frame. Shorter time frames like the 15-minute and the 1-minute are useful for seeing what price is doing right now, while longer time frames, like the 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily chart, help us see the bigger trend. For beginners, it's usually helpful to check both, use the longer time frame to understand the overall direction, and the shorter time frame if you're looking for a better entry. On the left side of the chart, we have drawing tools, which help us mark up the chart. 3 useful tools are trend lines, horizontal lines, and rectangles. Trend lines help show direction of the market. Horizontal lines help mark support and resistance. Meanwhile, rectangles can help highlight important price zones where the market has reacted before. Next, we can also add some indicators. 3 common indicators are moving averages, RSI, and MACD. Moving averages help show the overall trend. RSI helps show momentum and whether an asset may be overbought or oversold. And the MACD can help show changes in trend strength. If we would add these 3 indicators, this is what our chart would look like. We have this line as the moving average. This is our RSI and our MACD at the bottom. Beside our indicators, we have our chart settings. The chart settings let you customize things like candle colors, the background, grid lines, and price scale. These settings don't affect the market or your trade, but they can make the chart easier to read. Lastly, just under our main chart, we have trading volume. Volume shows how much of an asset is being bought and sold. Higher volume usually means there is more activity behind a price move, while lower volume can mean the move is weaker. So when you're looking at a chart, don't only look at the price. Volume can help you understand how strong the move actually is. If our chart is getting a little too crowded, on the left-hand side, we can scroll down and we can see a trash bin. If we click on the arrow here, we can see we can remove our indicators and we now have a bare chart. I like seeing the trading volume, so we're just going to quickly re-add that into our chart. On the right-hand side of the chart, we have the order book. It shows all the current buy and sell orders on the exchange. The green represents buy orders and the red represents sell orders. The order book can help traders see supply and demand at different price levels while also giving you a sense of the asset's liquidity, meaning how much buying and selling interest there is at each price. At the bottom, this percentage bar gives us a quick breakdown of buy orders versus sell orders in the visible order book. We also can customize how we want to see the order book. So here we can see both buy and sell orders. We can also just see our buy orders or our sell orders. In the recent trades section, it shows the trades that are happening in real time. You can see the price, time, and amount of each trade. This can help you quickly see where people are buying and selling right now and how active the market is. Now let's go over the different order types you can use on Coinw's spot trading market. The first order we have is a market order. A market order is the simplest type of order. It buys or sells instantly at the best available market price. This is easy for beginners because you don't have to choose a specific price. You just enter how much you want to buy or sell, and the order executes right away. Beside the market order, we have a limit order. A limit order lets you choose the exact price you want to buy or sell at. For example, if Bitcoin is trading at around 77,500, but you only want to buy if it drops to 76,500, you can place a limit buy order at that price. Next, moving on to a bit more of the advanced orders, we have a conditional trigger order. This type of order only activates once the price reaches a certain trigger price. For example, you can set an order to only place a buy or sell once Bitcoin reaches a specific level. This is useful if you don't want your order to activate right away, but you want it to trigger if the market moves to a certain price. Next, we have advanced limit. There are 3 advanced limit orders. We have post only, FOK, and IOC. Post only means your order will only be placed if it adds liquidity to the order book. This helps make sure you pay a maker fee and not a taker fee. FOK, which stands for fill or kill, means the limit order must fill completely right away or it will get canceled. Lastly, IOC, immediate or cancel, means the order will fill whatever amount it can immediately and cancel the rest. For most beginners, you don't really need to use FOK or IOC when you're first starting out. A regular limit order is usually enough. The next order to go over is a smart market order. A smart market order is still designed to buy or sell quickly like a market order, but it may try to execute the order in a smarter way depending on market liquidity. The goal is usually to help reduce slippage, especially when placing a larger order. So that's a nice little explanation on that. Next, we have a trailing stop order. A trailing stop order follows the price as it moves in your favor and then triggers if the price pulls back by a certain amount. For example, if you're in profit and the price keeps going up, the trailing stop can move up with it. But if the price drops back by the amount you set, it can trigger a sell order. This is more advanced, but it can be useful for locking in profits while still giving the trade room to keep on moving. The next order is a stop limit / OCO order. A stop limit order uses two prices, a stop price and a limit price. The stop price is the price that activates the order, and the limit price is the price your order will be actually placed at. For example, if you want to sell Bitcoin if it drops below a certain level, you can use a stop limit order to manage your downside. This type of order can be useful for risk management. For an OCO order, this stands for one cancels the other. This lets you place two orders at the same time, usually a take profit and a stop loss order. If one order gets filled, the other automatically gets canceled. So for example, if you buy Bitcoin, you could set one order to take profit if the price goes up and another order to limit your loss if the price goes down. Once one of those happens, the other order is canceled. And the last order we have on Coinw is the iceberg order. An iceberg order is used for larger trades. Instead of showing your full order size on the order book, it only shows a smaller part of the order at a time. This can help traders avoid revealing the full size of their position to the market. For beginners, this is definitely more advanced and not something you need to worry about when you're just learning spot trading. For this tutorial though, we will be keeping it simple and using a market order. We're using a market order so the trade executes instantly and you can easily follow along. We are going to use our full amount. So we are buying about 200 USDT worth of Bitcoin and we are going to press buy. Let's confirm our order and we can see that our order was placed successfully. Down on the bottom right of the UI, we can see our Bitcoin balance and our USDT balance. So although we put in an order for the full amount of our balance, it didn't fully fill our order. It bought about $194 worth of Bitcoin, but that's okay. So now that we've placed our trade, the next step is learning how to manage it properly. This is where we want to learn about a take profit and a stop loss. These orders are especially important for beginners because they help you manage risk. So beside market, we can click on stop limit and OCO, and we're going to switch from buy to sell. We briefly touched on take profit and stop losses earlier with the OCO order, but a take profit is used to automatically sell your crypto when the price reaches your target so you can lock in the gains, while a stop loss does the opposite. It automatically sells if the price drops to a level you choose, helping you limit your loss if the trade moves against you. So I'm going to show you how to set a take profit and a stop loss on your entire existing position. For our take profit trigger price, we want our order to activate once Bitcoin hits 130,000, and we'll put the take profit price right after that. So say 130,100 to make sure that our order will execute. This means that once Bitcoin passes 130,100, we will be fully sold out of our position and we'll be taking our profits. On the downside, let's set our stop loss trigger price at 60,000. And for the stop loss price, let's set that at 59,900. Meaning once Bitcoin passes this price, we'll be sold out of our position and we'll be cutting our losses. We want to sell our entire position, as we can see under amount, and we can click sell. We can see that our orders were placed successfully. And on the bottom left, under open orders, we can now see both our take profit and our stop loss orders. To cancel the orders, we can just click cancel all. And if we wanted to close our position, we can go back to market on the top right. Make sure we are in sell. Move this all the way to the right because we are selling our full position and click sell. We can confirm our order and our order was placed successfully. On the bottom right again, under our spot account balance, we can see we don't have any more BTC and our full balance is in USDT. We have about 199.4 USDT, so we lost about 60 cents on the trade. This can be due to the market movement and also trading fees. That about wraps up our spot trading tutorial on the Coinw exchange. Overall, we went over the basics of using the spot market. We learned about different order types, how to place a trade, and even covered some risk management as well. If you're new to spot trading, start small, keep things simple, and take your time getting comfortable with the platform. If you want a welcome bonus when signing up to Coinw, you should create an account with the link below this video. The link will take you to this sign up page where you can see all the bonuses that you are eligible for. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We also have a website at cryptowinrate.com where we have lots of crypto content and tons of educational guides for you to sift through. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next Crypto Win Rate tutorial.